Welcome back. Now in this video we're going to continue our discussion about business growth engines. We're going to do it from the context of vertical and horizontal funnels. Now to recap, remember, to grow profits, a business can spend its efforts in three different directions. They can spend their efforts to get new customers, and that's what we talked about in terms of traffic. You can spend our effort in terms of trying to get more customers and prospects to buy. That's getting them to convert, or the conversion rate. Or we can get our existing customers to buy more, and that's the upselling process. Now, to maximize customers with new customers primarily, businesses can use what are called vertical funnels. Now, of course, these same vertical funnels can be used with existing customers in some contexts, but if a customer has proven that they enjoy a business's product offerings, a horizontal funnel should be presented to them also. Now, vertical and horizontal funnels are designed to maximize profits with a customer for the length of time that they remain. Now, let's dive deeper into this concept. Now, the series of related purchases that a customer makes is termed in marketing language as a funnel. Now, the idea behind a funnel is that its shape is wide at the top, where you have more of your customers, and narrow at the bottom, where you'll have fewer of your customers. Now, this really mirrors the marketing and the upsell or the cross-sell process. At lower dollar amounts and lower price points or lower amounts spent, that's where you'll find most of your customers, at the top of the funnel, where the funnel is wide. Typically, as dollar amounts and price points go up, or dollar amounts go up, you'll find fewer of your customers at the end of the funnel or toward the bottom. Now, a funnel in this case can be vertical or up and down. Now let's talk about what that means. This is where the rising price points happen at the point of sale, or when the customer has their wallet out, or when the customer has exposed their payment method. For example, a customer buys paper and then is shown that they can also purchase pens and erasers as a related purchase at that point in time. In other words, at that point in time, we encourage them to buy more to increase their satisfaction with their initial purchase. They could be shown purchases at a higher dollar amount too. Of course, what we could also do is we could show them purchases at a higher dollar value, such as a heavier stock of paper. Or in other words, we get them to upgrade. Now, the point is to get that customer to increase the dollar amount of their transaction while they're still close to that transaction at the location. So in both cases, whether or not they upgrade or increase the amount they spend at each transaction, the upsell is stacked on top of the first one at the point of sale. So here's what that looks like. The customer makes a first purchase or an initial purchase. And then they might be encouraged to buy related items to that purchase. That's another way we can increase our revenue at that point in time, that they can increase the amount that they spend by getting those other items. We could also encourage them to make a purchase that they might be able to use what they have faster. We could encourage them to make another purchase or a similar purchase that will help them to enjoy what they have purchased even more. Finally, at that purchase, we can encourage them to upgrade, to get a better quality of what they have already decided to purchase in order to, again, to have more satisfaction or to enjoy their purchase more. And the key to understanding each and every part of this vertical funnel is that they all happen on the same day. They happen when the customer is in the buying process. So whether or not you are executing this on a website, or whether or not you are executing this in your local area store, or whether or not you are executing this as a consultant, what you are doing is you are providing your customer more opportunities in the sales process, in the moment, to increase their purchase, again, to increase their satisfaction. But as we talked about now, a funnel can also be horizontal. Purchases can occur over time and are related and designed to provide the customer more value in exchange for a higher price. The basic idea behind this is that the customer, we consider they might outgrow their use of the product that they purchased from us at the beginning. So businesses and marketers should constantly present the opportunity to upgrade their customers, to give them more opportunities to get more value over time. This assumes that the business owner is already delivering, of course, on what they promised in the initial purchase. That customer should be looking forward to moving up and upgrading later to a new level. And the key to this is that this can keep certain customers married to your brand or married to your company or married to your product line. So what does this look like? Now here's a hypothetical example. You sell a product for $7 and that customer buys it in January. But now they're using it, they enjoy it, but then in March, you want to encourage them to get something that would even take their experience further or higher. Sure, you'd want them to replace what they got, but you want them to upgrade, to get something more in March, something that might cost twice as much. And then in September, you might encourage them to take the next step. You might encourage them to upgrade their experience. It might be the next step up to get the new experience that they didn't have in January and March. And then in December, of course, you encourage them to pay a little more for an additional upgrade. What you are doing in a horizontal funnel is you are giving your customer the opportunity to look forward to a new purchase, to look forward to something where they're going to get more value than they experienced from their previous or initial purchase. Now, horizontal funnels assume that a business is working to understand their customers and their needs over time. So this is really how a horizontal funnel is going to work. A business has to really be talking to their customers. Now, they've got to be understanding what their needs are or what their problems are or what they're trying to solve in terms of their goals. Products are developed to provide the customer with a maximum amount of value. So as you begin to understand what your customers are really looking for, as you begin to understand what their real problems are, you're developing things that will help them to take the next step. Now, the reason this is powerful is because these additional customers don't require additional advertising dollars to acquire them. So you can get them to make a purchase and they're already your customers and you haven't spent anything in order to get them to increase your revenue. Everything that they spend over time is going to be profit minus any operational expenses. So again, you don't have any acquisition cost. You don't have any additional advertising cost to get them. Basically, it's important to try to maximize each transaction, but to also maximize that customer's value to you over time. And you do this with a horizontal funnel. Now, the more that you can expect each customer to bring you on average over time, the more you can actually spend on your advertising. For example, now if a business is using vertical funnels, you can expect more than you otherwise get if a customer bought just one item at that point in time. So in other words, instead of making a $7 purchase, they actually spend $35 based on the upselling that you do at the point in time. But what if a customer then looked to upgrade what they purchase? But what if that same customer then looked to upgrade what they purchased for $7 months later by paying an additional $14? And even when they made that additional purchase, they were shown other relevant offers pushing their purchase up to $28 at that point in time. This would mean that instead of a one-time purchase of $7, the customer will have actually spent $70 with you. Now, this would mean that a business could afford to spend more and to scale up their advertising to get new customers and then even further automate their business. So this whole concept of vertical and horizontal funnels is important to implement. First, getting your customer to spend more over time, and then also getting your customer to spend more at the point of sale. It allows you to grow your business exponentially. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.